What's going on? What's going on, people? We on point. With Uncle Neph. To my left, got Angelo, one of our guests, and then remote, we got Pistol Pete Lenore. What's going on? So we're gonna talk about a few things
What's
tonight.
happening?
I know y'all, been following everything that's been going on. It's a lot been going on, and we're gonna start off the show by just talking a little bit of college football since that ended last night. Um, Actually, I'm glad it ended the way it ended because I was really the way Indiana was playing. I was really expecting a blowout of that game, but they made it a game and they made it worth my while to stand up. Um, but what we're gonna do though is we're gonna go all the way back to the beginning, all the way back when we first started this show. Um, So the first game, we're gonna go through the first game, not that extensive because it was ugly. We're gonna go through the first game and then we're gonna gotta kind of go through each game a little bit, and I'm gonna let everybody chime in. So I'm gonna start out with uh, the first game of the playoff bracket was Alabama kicked Oklahoma's ass. Was anybody surprised at that? Angelo, chime in on that. Was you surprised at that, the outcome of that game?
I wasn't surprised at the outcome. Um, I definitely thought that they were evenly matched team though. I didn't think Oklahoma was superior to Alabama this year. I didn't think either one of them were really that great.
Right. So who thought? So while we on that subject, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on to Pete. Pete, what you thought about that game?
Uh, in all totality, I think that game lined up the way it was. Alabama beat Oklahoma. Uh, Sometimes that when you got that pedigree, you have a find a way of showing up in the playoffs. So they did what everybody was expecting them to do.
But and we're gonna talk about this as we go along through the brackets. Should either one of those teams been in there anyway? You know what I'm saying from the get go, and then we're gonna talk about the setup of the brackets and all that as we go along. But did either one of those teams actually deserve to be in that playoff bracket? Because Alabama, we know came in with three losses and some controversy with them coming in with three losses. And Oklahoma was garbage like they always are every year, garbage. They get ranked in the top 10 and then they slide. They slide. So they got the Oklahoma draw. I guess that was a pretty good draw, seeing that they was in there. But Angelo, I'm gonna ask you, do you think either one of them teams, either one of those two teams, deserve to even be in the playoffs? And then we're gonna talk about that as we expand a little later on.
Well, I think with Alabama, with three losses, it was questionable. But I think you had to put them in because it would have set a precedent in terms of the SEC the conference championship games. If you didn't put them in, you would have set a precedent that made teams say, well, if you can get knocked out of the playoffs by playing in your conference championship game, why would we want to play in our conference championship game? So I think you had to put them in, you know. And Oklahoma, by record in their ranking, they'd only lost, two games? So
Yeah.
they
You
were.
think they had to put them in based on the criteria of the way the playoff bracket was even set up. But that's kind of not what the question I'm asking you. Do you think they deserved to be? Now we're not talking about Tulane and James Madison right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're out of the equation right now. Do you think Oklahoma and and Alabama both deserve to be in there? Pete, I'm gonna let you chime in on that one.
Yeah, I believe they both belong because there's one thing you can always, everybody can always fall back on is strength of schedule. SOS. And those other two teams that you don't want to talk about, you've seen how they got blew out the water once they was invited.
But you know what? The
So
question I have is this.
I just think hold up.
Go ahead.
I just think a lot of people, maybe even yourself included, everybody get tired of hearing about the SEC and they're the greatest football conference and all that, and they don't want them to get out 8, 12 bids into the tournament. But sometimes that's the way it is. They might have the top 4 teams in that conference every year.
But once again, you and Angelo are both alluding to I think the format, the way the format was set up. Did they deserve to be in? Yeah, I agree with that. Did they deserve to be in? But isn't the playoffs supposed to be about the 12 best teams? I got a question. Why not do this? You see what the NCAA does? You see what the NCAA does? They do a little play-in tournament for them teams that have no business even being in there, and they play each other, and then that one team gets out of it. So that eliminates one of the garbage-ass teams that's in there. What you think about that one, Angelo?
I mean, but that's basketball, and you can recoup from basketball. They do that 2 days before the tournament kicks off. With college football, it takes more time. The guys got to recover, so I don't think you can do it that way. And I think, in essence, that's what they do when they get a teams those buys. Those first rounds are pretty much your knockout games anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, to your question, I think you still have a situation of with Alabama, Oklahoma, outside of Notre Dame, who else really had an argument that they should be in the playoffs? You know what I mean? If you look at the teams behind, those,
few teams I could throw out there.
Like who?
Vanderbilt
couldn't beat Alabama, Oklahoma in the playoffs.
You don't think so?
No.
How about Georgia Tech?
No.
Who's that saying no, Pete?
Georgia lost their bowl game.
I will put Georgia Tech in there only if you made Tulane play in the play-in game to get to the dance.
Right. That's correct. I agree with that.
So what's your suggestion to fix this? You know what? And let's go on and expand on, and then we're going to end it with what's our suggestion that we may be able to fix this. Because first of all, I'm going to ask this question real quick. Do you think it was broke? Angelo, do you think the system was broke this year?
This year or to get to this point?
When they expanded it to 12 teams.
No, I think.
Do you think that was broke?
I think 12 is where it needs to be at. I don't think they have to go past 12. But I think 12 is a good number. I think 12 is a good number. I wouldn't go to 16 because once you go to 16, you're gonna go to 20.
It's gonna go to 20, right?
Yeah, but I think 12 is a good number.
How about you, Pete? You think the same thing?
I would like to see go back to 4, but I'm okay with just with
too subjective. Too subjective for 4.
I think they got it all right.
Way too subjective to 4. They didn't do a bad job except for Tulane and James Madison. I
like
sorry.
the way it all played out.
You know what? I'm sorry. That's a wasted game. That's a money making. Who the hell watched that shit? Who the hell watched this shit? Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Did either one of y'all watch James Madison or Tulane play?
I did.
You watched James Madison.
I'm a lover of football. It could be the KFC versus Popeye State. I'm watching this football. I'm watching it.
I can't. You know what, Angelo? I am too. I watch shit during the weekend. I watch goddamn polo ball and shit if I have to. But that shit, I couldn't watch man.
Let me ask you this. I was more intrigued by the underlying story with the Ole Miss Tulane game because the way things played out with Lane Kiffin. So that was the draw for me to make me watch that game.
Oh, that's the reason why you watched it, you said.
Yeah.
I got you.
At that point when Lane Kiffin left the team, it became the Cinderella, no matter what the seeding was.
On a computer.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. We already got Alabama and Oklahoma. Then we moved on to Miami. Tough game. Miami 10-7 over A&M, which is A&M was another overrated team. Did they deserve to be in there? Yes. They. No, I won't go. I ain't that you lost your damn mind. I ain't going that far. But no, A&M had to be in there. I guess they played a decent game. To be quite honest with you, I didn't watch that shit either. Because I thought A&M deserved to be in there, but I didn't think they would be competitive. I didn't think they would go past the first round, and my prediction was right. What was your call on that game, Lo?
I mean, it was a good game. I thought A&M had a competitive chance, and they did. It came down to the last play. The quarterback just made a horrible decision on the throw, but it was a competitive game. Texas A&M was actually a decent team this year.
You lost your damn mind, but let's go.
They were.
Okay.
They were.
But any signature wins in their schedule?
I mean, according to everybody else, the SEC every week is a signature win, ain't it?
What was their record?
Pete, what you think?
They were 10-2 as well.
What you think, Pete?
Yeah, so they only lost 2 games. So,
who they lose to? Who they lose to, by the way?
So I'm down.
The regular season. Even though it don't matter. Who did they lose to?
I know the
in
last
regular
game of the season they lost to Texas.
Yeah, they lost to Texas.
Did they lose to Notre Dame?
They lost to UT.
Didn't Notre Dame beat them?
No, Notre Dame beat Miami.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, let's move on then.
Yeah. So.
But let me ask you a question.
Hold on, wait a minute though.
Go ahead.
I think what happened to Miami right at this point, they finished the season well, but this was the moment they caught lightning in the bottle.
That's correct.
Because they could have easily ran out that building. That was a defensive game.
And you know what?
The young players stepped up and gave them.
You know what?
And that's what got Miami the game.
You know what? You can say that about the Indianapolis Pacers. You can say that about the Milwaukee Brewers. You can say that about all those teams that caught fire at the end of the season, and that's what the playoffs is about. It's not about what you did during the regular season. It's about how hot are you during the playoffs. And that's when Miami caught fire. But we're gonna dwell into that.
The same thing.
But before you
Miami caught lightning in the bottle. That's what projected them. And they walked through everybody else and got to the championship game. And there was times in the game last night where I felt Miami was winning the game last night.
I just got a question for both of y'all though, real quick. When you talk about these teams that didn't deserve the playoffs or not, did either of y'all feel like Notre Dame was more worthy than Miami going to the playoffs? Honest question. Don't think about what happened at the results.
No.
No, what? What's the answer?
I don't say.
I'm going to give you my answer, then I'm going to let you chime in, Pete. I'm going to give you my answer.
All right.
Tulane and James Madison. I don't give a fuck what the hell you say about Notre Dame, Tulane, and George Madison, and Vanderbilt. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some of the other teams that I done left out of there, which I'll have on my next podcast for y'all asses. But Tulane and James Madison. That's my answer. Pete, let's go to your answer.
Listen about Notre Dame, though. What they deserve.
That's what I'm saying. Tulane and James Madison was in there. You mean to tell me that Notre Dame wasn't better than those teams? I don't give a damn about what they did and what conference they were in and Power 5 and Power 10 and Power Punk this and Power Punk that. Were they one of the 12 best teams?
But do you feel like were you a proponent of Notre Dame in the playoffs over Miami? That's my question. Did you feel like because that was the big controversy. That was really the only controversy of the playoffs. Notre Dame, Miami. Were you a pro Notre Dame or pro Miami? Then we can't go by what the results happened at that moment. Who was the hottest team going in? That's all I'm asking.
Pete, I'm going to yield to you on that one. I'm yielding to you on that one, Pete.
You like that old 67 Chevy still line on Apple. But nah, hey, I know where you're getting at, but I believe Miami beat them in the no. Notre Dame beat Miami in the regular season. So
No,
I think the
Miami
Vegas
beat
gonna go
no
Miami.
Miami beat
beat
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame.
Miami beat Notre Dame first game of the year.
Yep.
Okay, so I had it right the first time I was born. So Miami deserved to win.
Okay.
And I think one of you guys asked the question at the beginning of the show, did we think this was broke? What led to us thinking this was broke was that week before they came out with the playoff bracket,
Yep.
they had Notre Dame hired in Miami.
That's correct.
And neither team played. Well, Notre Dame didn't play a win. Notre Dame now was at the bottom of the pair.
That's correct. That's correct.
Delayed or went out. Pete, check your audio.
I can hear y'all. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, he just delayed.
He stopped talking.
He's delayed. So I will say this. Okay. Kind of getting off the subject a little bit. Well, it's kind of on the same subject. Notre Dame pulled a punk ass move when they bowed out of the bowl games, because they cheated those kids. You know what I'm saying? And I was pulling for Marcus Freeman. I hated Notre Dame my whole damn life, but I was actually rooting for Notre Dame this year because of Marcus Freeman. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that was a punk ass move, and it wasn't Marcus Freeman's fault. It was that punk ass athletic director that they got. So now you back in the same boat with me again, Notre Dame, like you used to do. I'm sorry if I don't hear if y'all don't hire Manute Bol for your next coach. I don't care how dark he is. I don't care what color he is. After they pull that punk ass move they pulled, I'm done with them. Let's move on. All right.
Let me ask you this. Hold on, wait a minute. You just saying you're gonna blame it on the athletic director's fault because he didn't want to go in a bowl game because they were out of the playoff situation, and you saying they got cheated?
I'm saying the kids got cheated.
I think that NIL money makes it low for a lot of that traveling and that extra school money they would have made for school.
I'm saying the kids got cheated.
The powers that used to be ain't the powers that be no more.
That was another opportunity for a game that those kids could showcase their talents for the next level. I know we got NIL and all that shit, but it was those kids that were borderline, that weren't going to get that much money in NIL that could have got showcased or could have had an opportunity to even make the damn practice squad.
Work it out during the season.
All right, you lost your damn mind.
If you had 12 games to prove yourself, whether you was NFL ready or not, you had those 12 games. You don't rely on no bowl game. And then let's flip it for a second. Let's look at some of the players like I know Bosa was one of recent. With those certain players just sit out bowl games because they don't want to play, they don't want to risk injury. What's the difference?
That's the players that's already going to go. We talking about the players that are already going. You talking about the players that are going anyway. I'm talking about the players who might be on that borderline of maybe not going or maybe not getting that NIL money for more exposure. That's what I'm talking about.
I would say I agree with you.
If you're borderline, you better hire a good agent or go outperform everybody in the combine, or it's over.
I would go.
That's the life of sports.
I would go a step beyond that though, in terms of cheating the players. I look at more so the kid that knows that's his last college game ever, and you cheated him out of an opportunity to end his career and even get a bowl ring. That's what I would feel for. Not the ones NFL ready or the ones who's sitting out. It's the one. There's a lot of them on that field that never gonna play football again. They're not going to no pros. They're not going anywhere else. But you took that last opportunity for them. You know what I mean, so I definitely didn't agree with that president decision. I thought it was horrible. He really was just whining like a baby and he cheated his kids. I agree with that part.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna move
Let
on.
me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Hold up. Let me ask Lo one question.
Go ahead.
Lo,
Mhm.
what song was that athletic director playing when he made that decision not to go?
You said what song?
I know
was he
you don't
playing?
know. I'm gonna tell you.
I don't.
He was listening to Boys and Men. Now that we come to the end of the road.
I feel that.
All right, let's move on. So just a couple of games I can skip real fast on this shit here. I can skip real fast, and y'all know what that is. Ole Miss and Oregon, and JMU, and Ole Miss and Tulane. So we ain't gonna talk about. So let's get back to the meat and gritty. The meat and gritty. Miami 24, Ohio State 14. Was that a upset to anybody? Angelo.
Hell yeah, it was upset.
I enjoyed it. Anytime Ohio State loses, I enjoy it.
Me too. Me too on that one. I
But
agree
was
with
it
you
upset?
on that
Yes.
one.
I don't think nobody predicted Miami to beat
It
Ohio
was-
State.
It was definitely an upset. You had the reigning national champions.
Mm-hmm.
And then how about we was talking about well, I guess we can skip Oregon and Texas Tech. Come to find out that Texas Tech was a fraud. And I had been saying, no, they the real deal. They should be. Matter of fact, I was lobbying for them to be in the top 4. I think me and Pete had talked about this, and Pete was like, hell no.
Yeah.
They weren't. And I was like, hell no, man. Them boys are real shit. And then they went and got whitewashed by Oregon.
Blasted them.
Oregon blasted them. Let's
Why
move
did I
on.
say that to you? You remember our
Yeah,
conversation?
you didn't say nothing to me, but I know your ass was thinking that shit. Don't worry, we coming to Kansas
No,
City in a
I knew
minute.
Texas Tech was weak because they played in the weak ass Big 12.
Okay.
True story.
Then we moved on to Indianapolis. Indy. They came out pumping, man. I knew they were gonna beat Alabama, but I didn't know they was gonna beat them 38-3. Like they did. What you think about that game, Lo?
I enjoyed that one as well. I'm surrounded by a whole lot of SEC people, so it's all I hear, la 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 la. So, and I really don't think that coach is that guy anyway. You know what I mean? He never really impressed me. He had a good little run in Washington, but I don't think he's gonna last in Alabama. But
No, he ain't gonna
Indiana simply out Alabama.
right.
They just pushed him around, man. It was
And them 3 losses, those 3 losses came to light. Them 3 losses came to light after that 38-3 ass whooping they took.
yeah, wouldn't have saw whooping like that, but it definitely opened people's eyes up. Because a lot of people wasn't watching Indiana. See, I'm a Big Ten guy, so I watched Indiana all year, so I knew what they were capable of. But they showed the
You
country.
told me you watch football. You watch James Madison and shit.
I just said
And Tulane.
I just said I watched Indiana all year. That's what I said. I said a lot of people didn't know about Indiana.
Oh,
I said I'm a
okay,
Big Ten guy,
okay.
so I watched Indiana all year.
Misunderstanding.
So I was familiar that they were. I knew how good they were.
Misunderstanding. Pete, what you thought about that game? Did you? Let me ask you a question, Pete. Let me ask you a question real quick. Did you started to that game? That 38-3 game against Bama, did that get you to start believing in Indianapolis? Indiana? Did that say, oh yeah, wait a minute, they might be real? Because I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't on board before that game.
Just like you said, I watch a lot of football on Saturdays, college football that is, but I got to catch Indiana some games. But had you told me they was gonna hold Alabama to 3 points, I would have thought that you was a lie. But they were well prepared. They punched Alabama in the mouth, and that game quickly over.
Oh yeah. They punched him in the mouth once, punched him in the mouth twice. Say and dared him to get back up. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that whooping.
But hey, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Somebody mentioned that coach from Alabama. You know that was the hardest job. You got to be the hardest job to take.
Oh, yes, sir.
After he walked in after Saban left.
Yes, sir. Who wants to be the man to follow the man? You know what I mean? You want to be the guy, the man to
You ain't
follow the
gonna do
man to
nothing but
follow the
fail.
man. You don't want to come right behind the man. That's a lot of pressure right there. That's a lot of pressure.
That part.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure for anybody. I mean, so yeah, you never want to be that guy. I agree with you. That's a hard shit to follow. But I just didn't think he was a guy anyway. I just don't think he's. Washington was never a punch you in the mouth type team, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the semifinals.
I like it.
Well, we forgot Mississippi and Georgia.
Final four.
We gonna forget Mississippi and Georgia because I could put my foot up. Kirby Smart's overrated as. I mean, probably best coach.
Did you say overrated?
Probably the best coach in college.
Oh, okay.
But when it comes to those
I don't think that's so.
accolades, because when it comes to those accolades that has been given him, I'm not sure. You know, to be quite honest with you, I can't name another coach at college right now that's probably better than. I don't know about your boy Indy though. He got to prove. He got to prove a little bit more though. He got to prove another year.
How? 2 years. He had an undefeated season. Went to the Natty and won the beat.
28
Right.
and 2 with a national championship. That's pretty impressive.
Right. Y'all support my argument then.
In 2 years. Now,
Any player with lesser talented players than Kirby Smart ever gonna get.
oh yeah. Yeah, I think Kirby. I think the Ole Miss Georgia game was a good game though, man.
It was
a really good football game. Nobody would imagine Ole Miss would actually beat Georgia.
Yeah. But that boy
Everybody's
Chandler said
everybody's anticipating the Georgia versus what's the quarterback?
Beck.
With Miami quarterback.
Beck.
Beck. Yeah, everybody's anticipating the Beck versus Georgia matchup.
Beck versus Stetson.
So nobody's actually
Carson
expecting
Beck.
nobody's expecting Ole Miss actually win.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
You're right.
I like the Ole Miss quarterback too. That kid.
Chambliss is nice.
That kid is nice, man.
Motherfucker went to Ferris State.
I can't understand why
I went to a D2 school. Why the fuck I ain't never make the NFL? I mean, because he going to make the NFL.
But why does he want to go back to college though? That's what threw
They
me
didn't have
off.
no transfer photo back then.
Right.
I think it was the right decision for him to go back for one more year.
Why? He can't go back.
Because-
They denied him.
You got 6 years. That's right.
He's trying to get
to
6
fight.
years.
You trying to get
They
the 6
denied
years.
it.
They denied it.
Yeah. Well, if he ain't got no choice, yeah, come on out. But
It must be some real NIL money for him to go back though. For him to want to go back, he must be getting taken
That's
care
why
of
he
very
was.
well.
That's why he wanted to go back.
Yeah.
that NFL is a different perspective on things. Damn sure is. All right, let's move on to semifinals.
Mhm.
Miami came in, took care of business. At this point, I'm gonna start out with you, Angelo. Did you start to halfway believe in Miami?
In the semifinal game?
Going to the semifinal game. Who did you pick for the Miami Mississippi game?
Oh, definitely Miami.
Yeah.
Because they were just more physical.
They almost pulled it out too.
They're more of that defensive front. Them boys were hitting. I really didn't think Miami was that good until the playoffs. The playoffs, they showed me something.
Well,
I ain't gonna lie.
they came in the playoffs smoking.
Yeah,
And
they
you
showed
know,
me something.
you know those bookends that they had out there, they exploited them boys. Them boys showed their ass throughout the whole playoffs. Their NFL stock went up so much after these playoff games. Is unbelievable how much they stock went up.
That running back, nice though, man. But you know that number 10, man. That number 10 is supposed
Oh,
to
the
be.
little freshman.
He's supposed to be, he's supposed to be a high school senior. He reclassified.
Yeah, he is.
That kid supposed to be a high school senior.
And I'm gonna tell you,
Sheesh.
what I feel about him. He gonna get smeared. He ain't. they the broadcasters was talking about how fast he was and how quick he was. I didn't see way more. I didn't see way more quicker and way more faster at his age level. But we're gonna see because he got at least play 2 more years, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, got to play 3 years.
Yeah. Pete,
Gotta be.
that's a
Gotta
good
be
that's
3
a good
years to move
subject
from
you
high
brought
school.
up, Angela. What you think about that little freshman, 18 years old?
Kid is nice, man.
He,
Kid is nice, man.
Tony is amazing, but I think what a lot of people get catching up in is that it's easy to see that he wears number 10, and he might remind them of somebody named
oh
Tyreek Hill.
Lord, we're not even gonna go there. I'm gonna cut your ass off.
But that running back, Melvin Fletcher,
he nice.
he's a beast.
He's a beast.
Do you think Tony is a top
He's a beast.
as of right now? Do you think Tony is a first round draft pick? As of right now.
Too early to tell.
If he could come out,
No, I'm saying as of right now, if he could come out, do you think he would be a first round draft pick? Lo, what you think?
No.
Pete?
I would say yes, but it'd be one of the people go. He'll be one of them players going to a good team, just picking last in the first round.
Hey man,
But definitely a second round
size
pick.
will limit him right now. As of right now.
And I was gonna say that too, Lo. His size, and what you're about to see in the next 2 or 3 years, the NFL is gonna start going back to wide receivers that's 6 foot, 6'2", 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna stop messing with these little guys, and they're gonna make them running backs, put some weight on them, make them a running back.
hey man, soon as you get off Hills, Dick, we can move on. Okay.
I ain't on Hills, Dick. Once that
Yes,
motherfucker
you
left
are.
Kansas City, I didn't have nothing to do with it. I'm just saying.
Homer.
But
Okay, we gonna move
I
on.
watched-
Miami.
Hey,
Miami beats Mississippi. Indianapolis beats Oregon convincingly. I don't mean beat them. I mean them beat them convincingly. At this point, I think everybody in here picked Indy to win that game except for one person. That's Tyrone Hill's boy over there. He the only one that picked Miami. And you know what? I'm just gracious it was a good-ass game. It was a
great game.
good game.
Yeah.
It came down to the wire. It was a great game, you know. So
That lets you know the committee got it right. I mean, real talk.
hey, okay.
that's
Hey,
real talk.
let's switch some matchups real quick. If you would have put Ole Miss in Oregon and Indiana against Miami, what's gonna happen then?
If what? Say that
in
again.
a semifinal?
Yes, for the semifinals.
What did you say?
You let Oregon play Ole Miss and put Miami up against Indiana in the semifinal game.
It'd have been Indiana versus Oregon.
You don't think Ole Miss would beat Oregon?
No.
No, I don't either. I think Oregon.
I don't.
Yeah, I think Oregon had a little bit more oomph than Mississippi had, and I don't think Chandler's had the experience that boy for Oregon had.
I think it would have been a great.
It would have been a great game.
But I think
Yeah.
Oregon would. I think Oregon would have beat Ole Miss. You doubt it?
Our producer Bo said he doubts
I'm
it.
with
So
you.
No.
no, they didn't.
Ole Miss lost to Miami.
Ole Miss didn't beat Miami.
Yeah.
Not in the playoffs.
No, Miami beat Ole Miss 31-27.
The score said Miami beat Ole Miss, Bo. Just in case you missed the score.
31-27.
hey, we can say
That's
all
what the
this.
score said.
You know what I mean? All the ifs and all that stuff. You know what Mike Tomlin say? My aunt had nuts.
Ooh, she did something.
Okay, speaking of Mike Tomlin,
Segue.
we're going to go on to this next segment. So first of all, let me crown Let me crown Indiana
That's right.
and give them their props on their championship because that boy Signetta, or whatever the hell his name is, Signetti. He a bad boy. I love his eyes, man. He don't smirk. He do the same couple of one-liners after every interview, after every game. He come out with you up. We got to execute. We got to do this. He just tells it like it is, and those boys believe in him. And another thing too, him along with his players, they all came in there with chips on their shoulders. That's how they won that game. That's how they won that game. You had a whole bunch of James Madison boys that he drug along. He drug along a bunch of his coaches. He drug along a bunch of them. So hats off to my boy. So,
But we can make that excuse to a grown man. But do you want to have a 24-year-old athlete or do you want to have a 20-year-old athlete? Which one you choosing?
right.
You know what I mean? Most of them are gonna choose that younger, more speed, 4-5 stars. You know what I mean? The dude is a great coach, but the most important part about the dude, Signetti, is he's detail oriented. You can just tell he's a Saban disciple. When you heard him say how that last that 4th down and 5, we was in here watching we was in doing a podcast watching the game.
Changed his mind twice.
And I was like, man, that's ballsy as a mother. I was like, I would have done it. Not many. What coaches would have taken?
I wouldn't have done it.
What coach would? That was ballsy.
That was very ballsy.
But what he saw was he saw how they lined up. He
That
said
down
it.
play is what caught my attention.
Huh?
I said that 4th down play when he changed his mind. That's what caught my attention.
Hey, ballsy, bro. That was ballsy, man.
How ballsy would he have been if they hadn't made it?
That's what made it so ballsy because you literally put your game the game up on that play.
Right.
But he saw a matchup. That's the detail oriented part. He said we had just went over that. We just changed that play for this game.
We just changed the blocking
and we didn't
scheme.
show it for this game.
We changed the blocking
That's
scheme.
detail, man. That's you don't win a game like that on accident. Shout out to that dude. I agree with you. Shout out to the Indiana. They earned it. They earned it.
Right.
You
You're
sure
right.
he didn't coach for Belichick?
Huh?
You sure he didn't coach for Belichick?
I just know he a Saban disciple. That's what I know.
I'm just saying he was very well prepared.
But Belichick is that's how detail oriented. But where the Saban came from, they came from that Belichick era as well.
He do remind you of Belichick a little bit too.
They coached together,
right? He do remind you. I thought a few times. I'm like, this guy's a disciple of Belichick, man.
hey, man. The
The
details,
same
man.
interviews, the same detail, pinpoint, precise on what he wants to do, what he wants to do with his personnel, what he wanted to do with his coaches. He did all of that. He did all of that, man. To go 16-0 in the Big Ten. You're what? Second? Is this his second year coaching?
Second year.
Second year coaching.
12 games last year.
And
16 this
they
year.
went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
His first year.
That's right.
Give that boy his props. Pittsburgh, y'all need to start calling him.
That man be crazy to leave college. At 64 years old, there's no way I would leave college
No,
to go
he
to the
ain't
NFL.
he ain't going
That'd be
nowhere.
crazy.
He ain't going nowhere. Now I'm gonna tell you what. Let him go another 16-0 when he can write his own paycheck to the NFL. He gone.
That mean you can
They're
write
gonna
your
pay
own-
him
I bet he still don't
$30,000
go.
if he goes 16-0 again.
Man,
I bet he still don't go.
he'd be crazy to go. When you got total control,
He might go
there's no one.
because it's what we had 10 openings this year.
Yep.
He might go.
Yeah, but I'm riding the low. I'm 54 and 64 and 74. I got a good program in college. I'm not trying to go to the pros.
For what?
I'm working on my retirement plan.
Facts. I wouldn't go nowhere.
All right. So we're going to move on. Congratulations again, NFL. Congratulations, Stig, man. A hell of a job you did this year, man. You actually made me proud to be a college football fan, man. And I was rooting for you the whole way. As long as y'all didn't play USC,
That's a lie.
which didn't matter.
Like Maury Povich, that was a lie.
That was a lie. Hilarious.
All right. We're going to move on. We're going to start off. Oh, man. You know what? You know how much fun I get to have tonight? How much fun I get to have tonight? I got somebody live on my left, and I got somebody that's live on remote. One represents the Pittsburgh Steelers. One represents the Kansas City Chiefs. And you know what, Angelo? I'm gonna be
And you
kind
know it.
since you came in to do the show and came in to help me out a little bit. What the hell happened to Pittsburgh this year? And then I'm gonna chime in on what I know happened.
I mean, what happened was, I mean, we went 10-7. We made the playoffs, and we did that despite of not having a number 2 receiver, in spite of having one of the worst offensive coordinators ever.
Ever.
You know, I mean, you know, I think we did moderately fine. We won some key games. We had to fight our way back into the playoff picture when it looked like, you know, Baltimore. Everybody picked Baltimore to win to make it, you know, even when Lamar was out, they still said they were going to come catch us. So, you know, I mean, I can't be too mad. We play with a 42-year-old quarterback. It is what it is, man. We made a lot of, I think, a better offensive coordinator and not getting rid of George Pickens, or at least having a number 2 receiver, just really hurt us, and it ended up biting us in the butt. That's it.
Who's your coach next year, Lo?
Now that I don't have no idea, man. I'm concerned about that. I hate to see.
Better be concerned about your offensive coordinator.
I hate to see Coach T go. I ain't gonna lie. I've been rocking with Coach T. We said it right before the start of the show. I think his biggest failures was he never hired. His hiring of coordinators was bad. I love the fact he hired Terrell Austin as defensive coordinator initially because he kept it in-house. A brother, somebody who rocked with him for a long time, but Terrell Austin was not a good defensive coordinator. And
Correct.
Arthur Smith was a horrible offensive coordinator.
Correct.
So, you know, that's why
Just
I hate to
didn't
see
have the right
Coach T
mix.
leave, but I understood why he left. The selfish side don't want him to leave, but, you know, I understand why he left. You know what I mean? What he's done over these
But-
last umpteen years with very little to play with is Hall of Fame worthy.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Hey, but Lo, you might have time.
Might have what?
He just interviewed today.
He said who?
Bowles.
Oh,
Todd Bowles?
Todd Bowles.
As what?
As what?
Head coach.
As darkest coach in America? That's
Todd,
about it.
Hey,
Todd Bowles interviewed
He interviewed today, this afternoon.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach.
Yes.
I don't think the
I didn't hear that.
That's well.
I don't necessarily think that's the right guy
That's
though.
not the right buy.
I would be going after Flores. Is who I'd be going after.
Me too.
I'd be going after Flores. And if I
Either
couldn't get Flores, if I
Flores-
could get Flores, I'd be going after McDermott.
Either Flores
But-
or I like Van Thomas too.
Who?
Thomas for San Diego for the Chargers, defensive coordinator for the Chargers.
No.
You
I-
don't
I
him?
like
He
him.
coaching in the
I was hoping
Remember,
Michigan.
he was
No, he was Michigan. He was Michigan
head-
defensive coordinator.
he
I was
was
hoping
head
Michigan would have
coach
got
for
him.
Denver.
I was hoping Michigan would have got him, but no. I like Flores. I like McDermott. You know, anything outside of that, it got to be somebody that has an offensive mind because we haven't had a good offensive system in a long time. But I don't know about Todd Bowles. I don't decide how that's going to help us. I haven't seen that.
You know what I would have loved to have seen? Is if old boy would have went back to the East, if McDermott would have picked up a, did Miami get a coach?
They had one yesterday.
So they don't have nobody else
Yeah.
open in the East, right?
They hired a college coach.
Huh?
I think Miami was the team that hired him.
They hired
Out of Boston
San
College.
Francisco.
Yeah, he used
Oh,
to be the coach
yeah,
of Boston
yeah,
College. He was somewhere else in the NFL last
Who
year.
hired San Francisco DC?
The Titans. Salah.
Oh yeah.
Titans
Man,
hired Salah.
he did it. He did wrong again. Man, he went to the Jets. Now you're going to the Titans
But
because you think you probably got a quarterback.
no, he went there because a brother
Man.
like that has limited options. He's not like a Kevin Stefanski that gets a Falcons job when he went 8-26. You know what I mean? Somebody like a Saleh and any of the brother coaches, they got to go wherever they can get a job. Their options are limited.
You think that was it right now?
Heck.
So you don't think he did a good enough job to maybe at least get somebody besides Tennessee?
No.
I mean, he just making his resume worse
Opportunity.
because he got opportunity. Just like Aaron Glenn got one more opportunity. He out of there.
That's
out of
correct.
there too.
That's
He should
correct.
have never got hired. And
So-
now they're talking about Mike Shula
Let me ask
as
you this.
head coach. Man,
Are you not taking opportunities as they presented it, or are you just going to sit there and stay stagnant and be a defensive or offensive coordinator for the rest of your career?
That's correct. You
I'm
gotta
gonna
take it.
I'm gonna take the opportunity,
That's
but
what he did.
I'm telling you now, I would have waited. I would have waited one more year with San Francisco because Fred Warner is going to be back next year. Their defense is going to be back next year. San Francisco is going to be right next year. That's going to give him a little bit more leverage than having to take a job with Tennessee.
So you think a black
would've-
you think a black coach can turn down a job and come back the following year and get another opportunity? And the way this NFL works, the way this buddy system works with these 32 owners now, they're not gonna discuss, yeah, man, he turned us down. He turned y'all down.
I do.
He would never get another interview.
I do.
Not as head coach.
The audacity of that dude.
The audacity.
I do based on this fact right here. There was 10 NFL coaching jobs open this year. 10.
Okay, how many of them do you think his
10
name was
open
mentioned
this
in?
year.
How many was his name mentioned in? That's all I'm saying.
Hold on. You ain't giving me a chance to think about that shit. You threw me for a loop on that one.
Because there was so many, you would have to think about it.
Yeah, I had to think about
You
it.
had to think about it. That's my point.
But how many of those
Opportunities
10,
are limited, man.
how many of those 10 jobs have been filled?
Only 2 of them.
I-
Well, 3
hey,
of them now.
As soon as I seen that come across the ticker at the bottom of the screen, I was like, he got hired for another trash job. So he gonna have to have a 2 or 3 year turnaround if he get that long. Because he already effed it up in New York when he had
But
the young quarterback out of BYU quarterback.
we got to think about this,
And
though,
they didn't
guys.
get it right.
He has an opportunity to coach a quote-unquote franchise quarterback.
Black
Very few times a brother coach gets hired at any organization that has an actual franchise quarterback. The brother coach usually gets the bottom of the barrel, a la Aaron Glenn, and you got to try to build that jump. He actually has a franchise quarterback who actually got a little bit better as the season went on. I think it's a great opportunity for Saleh. I'm not mad at him for taking that. I'm not mad at him at all. He's a defensive-minded guy. I got an offensive.
Who's
I got a
the
quarter-
OC there?
He better bring in a good one. That's what he better do.
Right. That's
He
what I
gotta
was
bring
just
it.
getting ready to
They're
say.
looking for one too.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
But I'm just saying he has an opportunity, though. He has actually an opportunity to get a franchise quarterback. That's why they fired old boy New England. Because they were like, we can't trust you. What was that boy name? Aaron, was it not Pierce? Pierce with the Raiders. The boy for the New England only get that 1 year. And they got him up out there
Jeff
so fast.
Patricia? No, not Jeff
No,
Patricia.
no. The black dude for the New England. He had the New England job 1 year.
Oh,
And they fired him, brought in
I
Vrabel
can't even
because
think of his name.
they wasn't going to trust him with
Yeah.
that young franchise quarterback.
That's because that wasn't it. That's because they wanted Vrabel for that job the whole damn time. That's what their plans was.
But
They
they
wanted Vrabel for that job, and they was waiting. They knew Vrabel's ass was gonna get fired from Tennessee.
Okay.
And they subtly waited until and they did exactly what they wanted to do. And you see where Vrabel got him. Okay, Pete, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes with them bum ass Kansas City Chiefs before I tell you you lost your damn mind.
Ain't nothing about lost my mind. Shit. I passed the test. That's why I got glasses on. I seen what my team did this year. But it was a rough season. Actually, it's been the last 2 seasons been rough. But the coach is gonna be there. 1-5 gonna come back and get a first time.
Is Nagy gonna be
next
there?
year. Who?
Nagy.
Oh man, you better check. You better check the news. Eric Bieniemy is on his way back to Kansas City.
Hell no, you keep saying that shit.
He is. They hired him already.
Watch,
They hired him?
They hired him.
Oh, that's
Watch.
OC.
He's a new OC.
Really?
Yeah,
help is on the way.
Okay, you got me on that one,
He's
then.
coming back.
You
Yeah,
got
they
me
hired him
on that one. You
Nagy-
called it. You know what?
and
You
here's
called
the
that
thing.
shit too. You called that shit
Here's
about a
the
week.
thing. Nagy
about
can't
a
come
week
back.
ago, and I said you had lost your damn mind. And I'm gonna tell you again, you lost your damn mind. It ain't gonna make no difference. He ain't gonna
Okay,
make no
watch us
damn
run two
difference.
more.
I'm telling you now,
I
he ain't gonna
guarantee
make
you
no
in the next
difference.
2 years, we're going to run 2 more
I'm
Super
putting
Bowls
the
off.
boat on the
Watch.
rope right now. Eric Bieniemy is not gonna make a damn difference in that offense because Andy Reid gonna be calling the plays like he always did.
All I know
Eric
is
Bieniemy
when
was a
Eric,
front for that shit.
first of all, his name is Be Enemy, like public enemy. Be enemy, not be enemy. We ain't giving no Heimlich renewables around here. But once he walked out that door, our offensive aggressiveness stopped. Now he's coming back,
All right, we're gonna see. I can't wait the next year just for this shit.
and that's enough. That's enough said for me.
All right, let's go through the
You
playoffs
get your
real
time
quick,
back.
and then we're gonna get up out of here and let you get your editorial in. Of course, my Rams squeaked by the Carolina Panthers. Whew. Man, you talking about some heart attacks between my damn basketball team, my 14 under basketball team, and them damn Rams. I was in and out of the hospital during that whole time period. But they both came through though. We tied for first, my basketball team, and we going to the championship game. So I'm still breathing. All right, move on. The Bears. Who did the Bears beat their first round? They came back too and beat Green Bay. They beat Green Bay. And
And
then
they called it. The coach called that game.
you said what?
The coach of Chicago called that game. He said he was going to beat. He said everything, but he guaranteed they was going to beat Green Bay.
And this is just personally from me to you guys. I don't think Williams is gonna be all that like everybody think he gonna be, because he's just too damn erratic. He's too erratic. Every time he make a good throw, 2 out of 10 times, the announcers go out. Oh my God! Did you see that throw? Have you ever seen a throw like that? Yes, I have. That's why they lost to my Rams. Let's move on. 49ers, man, can't even read my own handwriting. They beat the Eagles. Eagles suck this year. What do you think about the Eagles this year, Lo?
Well, I think they got a lot of internal issues going on, and they got to do something with AJ Brown.
Yeah,
I can't imagine a scenario where he comes back.
me neither.
We'll take him in Pittsburgh though, but I can't imagine a scenario where he comes back. And I think that kind of just hurt the team. A lot of bad scrutiny on Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts played the same way this year as he played every year.
Right.
You know what I mean? He does. He throws the ball when he has to throw it. He don't make a lot of mistakes. The defense got exploited here and there, but
difference is he ain't had Saquon this year. That's what the difference was. So he couldn't go to Brown and he couldn't go to Smith because he had
They had Saquon Brown. That's why the offensive
Saquon Barkley, son. Saquon Barkley.
Okay, Saquon Barkley. They had him. The offensive coordinator kind of jacked up their whole offensive scheme. That's why he got fired after they lost.
Okay.
They wouldn't run in the ball enough.
All right. So we're gonna move on because we want to carry on. Right now, we got in the championship game. We got the Patriots and who the Patriots playing? Oh, Denver. They gonna win that game.
who was
And
they?
Patriots and Denver.
Do you think they
Lost
would
their
have won
quarterback.
without? Do you think they would have won if they had Bo Nix?
I think so. At home, I think so. With
Did
the
Patriots
defense.
still won? Oh, well, Denver's at home.
No, I think that's what I know. I think Denver would have won, but I'm picking the
Okay,
Patriots now
Yeah.
since they lost Bo. And
I hate that too. 'Cause
I hate that too,
I really
man.
want to see Buffalo.
I
there.
wanted to
hate,
see
I
them
hate
full
they
shit.
even there.
No. And then, of course, my Rams. We got my Rams, and I will be geared up next week, win or lose. We got my Rams playing tough game, Seattle.
Tough game.
Tough game. As a matter of fact, both of those games should be pretty good. Pete, close us out for Pete's sake.
All right. So for Pete's sake, I'm talking to everybody that's listening or even want to hear the tone of my voice right now. But let's give these kids a break with dealing with this NIL money. Because for years, going back to the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, he was always telling them these kids need to get paid. They need to get paid. Now they're getting paid, and now they got supported. Everybody jumped school to school to get a better deal. This ain't nothing but an amateur sports agency. What we dealing with. So get used to it or get gone. But stop complaining about these young guys that's trying to get their paper, because we never complained about the coaches that left these teams go get their paper.
All right.
For Pete's sake.
All right. I agree 100%.
All right.
Leave them kids alone.
100 on that one,
They
man.
getting that money.
They've earned their money. They've earned their money. So, look, we're going to chime out right now. So, when we come back, we will be crowning our next NFC champions, which will be the Los Angeles Rams. And it won't be the Kansas City Chiefs. And it won't be the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, y'all might as well jump on board. I got plenty of room. I still got seats for y'all. Come on board. On point with Uncle Neph. Later.
Peace.
Peace.